I am Joanna, and I am a member of the faithful Remnant Church of these end times. We are led by the last and true Pope of this era, Petrus Romanus, who, along with his wife, Mary Romanus, are the two witnesses spoken about in the book of Revelations, chapter 11. And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was with child, and she cried out in her pangs of birth in anguish for delivery. Then I looked, and behold, on Mount Zion stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000, who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, like the sound of many waters, and like the sound of loud thunder. The voice I heard was like the sound of harpists playing on their harps. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born of water and the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God. I will let the viewer of this video listen to an actual conversation that took place between Jesus Christ the Lord, the Most High True God, and Petrus Romanus, our Pope, on December 10th, 2013. These messages are publicly shared in the testimony of the two witnesses. And so I begin by quoting their words. Jesus said, "And as I told you before, my children, I needed to start somewhere. My era of peace is only beginning to be born in souls through the use of blessed holy water. But has the era of peace fully manifested at this time? The answer is no. For the woman cried out in labor pains to be delivered, because she was with child. What that means is that my faithful remnant church needs to be born on the face of the earth through my online testimony. People who are among my faithful remnant will not suffer want, pain, or illness in as much as they choose the era of peace to reign in them. For the thirsty, I give them the blessed holy water to use as much as they want. Is there a scarcity of water? No. Are the governments scaring people to believe that there is a shortage? Yes, because they want to control this very valuable source of physical life and make money out of it. But what is more important than physical life is one's spiritual well-being, and my water takes care of that." Pope Peter the Last asked, "What do you mean by 'and death shall be no more'?" Jesus replied, "Once people are part of my faithful remnant church, they will not want to go back to their old lives, and they will be protected from the physical chastisements. But more importantly, they will not suffer spiritual death again, because they are protected and preserved through grace. You both will not suffer physical death, as I slowly bring about my era of peace, as I renew the face of the earth. More will be added to my faithful remnant, the 144,000 symbolically speaking. Once my true peace spreads throughout the whole world, then there will be a time for rejoicing for everyone. But not everyone is rejoicing because the world is very sick. What is the tree of life spoken of in Revelations? It's not death, but spiritual life, that some may have the right to it, and that some is my faithful remnant church. The faithful remnant are basically guaranteed. They have the blessed assurance of heaven because they have been preserved through grace. It is the complete opposite to the one world government's plan. They thought they could just have this world to themselves, but what a rude awakening it will be, even for the enemy and his followers, when they come to realize that just as they thought they had won and that they had surely lost. With my first coming, during the crucifixion, the enemy in his own hubris thought he had conquered me through man. But what he is to find out now is that I will conquer him through man, through her seed. Now, where's that in the Bible? Pope Peter the Last replied, Genesis 3:15. Jesus said, "And so my church is being born again, through the waters of baptism, through the use of blessed holy water. Just like at my first coming, after my death, burial, and resurrection, then the Christian faith began to be born. And after I ascended, then there were the first to be baptized. Remember, my children, and so too, with my second coming, there are the first to use the blessed holy water. I was baptized first by physical water as a symbol of true water, the water of life. And you are baptized as well, my children, at first with the holy water, and then now you are sharing that gift with others." Pope Peter the Last asked, "And so it's just going to be a regular Christmas?" Jesus replied, "Yes, but not so regular in other ways. It will take some time, my children, but don't be concerned about that. Focus on what you are called to do in each moment. Comet Ison is a physical sign of a spiritual reality. Remember, I told you that the spiritual realities are more important than the physical ones, and that the physical realities are based on the spiritual ones. And so I showed Saint John the visions of physical things to represent spiritual realities during the time of the end of this current generation. Well, with an end, there needs to be a beginning, and I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, streams in the desert. Why would mankind believe that I am doing everything so quickly in their time? When, if they knew the scriptures, they would know my timing is very different. How long did it take from the timing of my birth to my crucifixion, death, burial, resurrection, and ascension? Did I pack it all into a few years? I only started my public ministry when I was in my 30s. Does that give you a timeline, my people? God, the Eternal Father in heaven, desires to work within His schedule, with the way He has planned everything out. Man can keep guessing at what I am going to do and when, but they will most certainly get it wrong every time. Though all my words are fulfilled, though every piece of the puzzle is perfect to make the picture that God the Eternal Father in heaven can see, am I aware of His plans? Only when He shows it to me in my human nature. But I am aware of it fully, as I am also fully divine and share in that unity with Him. Closing statement from Jesus Christ the Lord, the Most High True God. Jesus said, "That being said, the Bible was to teach mankind how I operate, but that does not mean that I must continue to operate according to the words of the Bible when that time is past. Time for a new book. It is being written. It is being shared and lived. It is my testimony." The messages end here. You can visit www.testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com to learn more truths.